I actually can't believe this. We've just had the announcement for the next era. It is called the Era of Deadly Pursuit, and it brings in a character that I really did not think we would see. It comes from a TV series that is very divisive to this game. We are actually getting Khmer, or the Stranger, from the Acolyte. Not only that, we are getting ships. We are getting the Rogue One to launch the Profundity back into relevance. We're getting the Rebel B-Wing, which presumably is going to work towards another ship fleet. We're getting Forlom and Zuckuss, which were bounty hunters from the original trilogy, and the next Conquest character is going to be the Stranger. We need to have a look at this right about now. Like, I was just doing a kit reveal for the Rogue One. By the way, absolutely demolishes the Punishing One. Absolutely ruins it. Like there's nothing it can do. It's amazing. It is the anti-Punishing One, bringing back relevance to the Profundity, which I love. Then we've got the Rebel B-Wing, which is coming up, which is kind of cool, right? I'm always here for more ships. Let's get it, baby. Then we're getting Forlom and Zuckuss. I really cannot believe we're getting Forlom and Zuckuss. All of a sudden, jumping to the original trilogy, I did not see this coming. And then Conquest character, the Stranger. This is a big surprise. A big surprise. Given the very divided reaction that the community got, just in general, I'm not talking about Galaxy of Heroes, I mean the wider community, for the Acolyte, it wasn't exactly liked by a large amount of people. The fact that we're getting a Conquest character for the Stranger or Khmer is wild. Now, don't get me wrong. Even in a bad show, there can be good parts. And I do feel like the Stranger was actually one of the very few kind of cool characters in that show. I don't want to watch it ever again, but he was one of the cool characters out of that show, so I'm not actually terribly mad about it. He is a disciple, essentially. He is the acolyte of Darth Plagueis, so that's kind of cool. I'm assuming he's going to have some kind of Sith synergy. I guess he'll have Sith or unaligned Force user, but he does kind of declare himself as a Sith, so I'm wondering how he's going to work. I'm wondering if this means we are going to be going into Acolyte content. It's just not my jam, guys. It's just not my jam. But new ships, definitely my jam. Boost to bounty hunters, absolutely. I can see them going with Bosk because he's part of that original crew, or they are part of that original crew that goes out and hunts down Han Solo. Right, so I'm all happy about this. The Era Battle Analysis Paralysis. Forlom and Zuckuss pursue the rebellion's greatest heroes through the environments of The Empire Strikes Back. Amazing. Episode track, we're going to have the standard stuff. We'll get the Rogue One ship currency, all this good business. I'm not going to read through all this. This is going to be standard episode shipment. FTC light side, we're going to be getting one for Jawas. FTCs for Jawas, Separatists, Dark Side. This is interesting. These are some rather generic FTCs. Separatist, Dark Side, and Light Side. I guess we're going to find that out very, very shortly. I'll be excited to see what those are. Make sure you save up some of your episode currency just in case these FTCs have got crazy good abilities, like, say, the Wampa FTC or, say, the Rolo FTC, because there's always some winners there. Alright, so standard Omicron materials. We're getting Shin, Marok, Great Mothers, Captain Drogon, Pow, Bodhi Rook, Cassian, K2SO, and Jin Urso. I'm wondering. No, I mean, those are Cassian U-Wings. Those, yeah, these are already fleet. Bodhi Rook is going to be on the Rogue One. Is Pow? I don't think Pow is already a pilot, is he? Oh, he might be, actually. Anyway, moving swiftly on, and all that good business. Okay, that is literally about it. I'm just going to tag this in and we're going to jump in to the Rogue One kit reveal. Now, I will be doing a giveaway for this Rogue One kit reveal, ladies and gentlemen. All you need to be doing is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and leave a comment down below with your ally code and maybe a nice message. I don't know, tell me how shiny my head looks or something. And I will be picking out a winner before the actual kit launches into the game, flies into the game. Oh, Oh, next week on Tuesday. I'll see you guys there. Finally, it has happened. Are we actually going to see the end of the injustice? The injustice that the Profundity has seen for a millennia, or at least since last December when they released the Punishing One, which was a terrible, terrible move. And we can all agree it was a dark day for Swugger. Well, let's check out the new ship coming to lift the Profundity, the Rogue One. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I've not had a look at this yet, but it's only a 3-minute read, so we should be pretty close here. One Piece, Pirates, Rogue One, Rebels, all sorts of good business. It is a light side support cargo ship Rebel and Rogue One. Key attributes, lifter for the Profundity, especially against the Executor. We have come full circle, ladies and gentlemen. First, they released the Profundity to completely undermine the Punishing One to undermine the Profundity, and then they release the Rogue One in order to undermine the Punishing One. Provides benefits to the fleet while still in reinforcements. Strong synergy against Empire units. What about bounty hunters? I'm the pilot, Bodhi Rook. Oh my god, Bodhi Rook is actually the pilot. Here's the pilot. Has been in the game for nearly a decade and hasn't had a ship, so we figured boosting the Profundity would make the perfect opportunity to give him a ship. Lots of callouts to the Profundity in the kit, playing into the Battle of Xaereth and how the ship Rogue One was key to the operation. While the line, well, there is now, was spoken by K2SO in the movie, who is not part of the crew of this ship as he's already on Cassian's U-Wing, we wanted to include the line as an ability name because of how iconic it was in the moment. Strategy tips. Whilst Rogue One can be effective as a starting ship, it shines best starting the battle in reinforcements. Because Rogue One is a support cargo ship, under Profundity, its damage should not be underestimated when combined with Profundity's passive. I say we fight. Fight the injustice of the Punishing One. How do you unlock it? Through a marquee event starting on September the 23rd. If I do not have Bodhi and or POW, can I still unlock the Rogue One? The marquee event will give you a Bodhi and POW shards in addition to Rogue One blueprints. That's really pretty cool, actually. That's pretty nifty. Alright, for Rogue One's unique, it says, while there are other non-capital ship allies, Rogue One can't be targeted and is immune to taunt effects during enemy turns. How does this work with effects like outmaneuver? In situations like this, which can and will come up with Han's Millennium Falcon present, both ships become targetable. You can choose either or by the sounds of it. So, if Han's Millennium Falcon wiggles and gains outmaneuver, it's just Han's Millennium Falcon or Rogue One on the field, then both are targetable by enemies. For this part of Rogue One's unique, what does it mean by in reinforcements? If Rogue One is in the reinforcement slot and the enemy capital ship is Empire, all Rebel allies gain breach immunity, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and protection up for 100% for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. When you enter the battle, if Rogue One is in reinforcements under Profundity capital ship and not one of the starting 3 ships, this effect occurs. Makes sense. Alright, so let's check it out. The basic is Covert Barrage over here. It looks like a giant seafaring spaceship turtle thing, and I'm here for it. It's a basic. Yep. That looks about right. Final text. Deal special damage to the target enemy 3 times and target lock on them for 2 turns. If the enemy capital ship is Empire, target lock can't be resisted. Target lock is always very good, ladies and gentlemen, for fleets. It acts as sort of a catalyst for a lot of abilities. The fact that we're doing damage to the enemy 3 times means 3 times the chance of critical hits, which means 3 times the chance of calling assists under Profundity and boosting up our download or upload progress. I can't remember which way around it goes. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, we get to ultimate with the capital ship. Good. Amazing. Special 1. I'm the pilot. Crew ability, Bodhi Rook. He is the pilot, and it looks like it's an AoE spacefaring seafaring turtle. Amazing. Final text. Deal special damage to all enemies. If Profundity is the active ally capital ship, call Outrider to assist and reduce the target enemy's speed by 10. For 2 turns, which cannot be evaded or resisted. That's great because, you know, what happens with the Punishing One, the Executor, they all have lots of foresight all the time, so this is a good way to get around that. Amazing, good stuff. I'm happy to see that. We slow them down. We have unresistible abilities, which is nice, and unevadable abilities. Good. Special 2, spoofed clearance codes, a cooldown of 3. It looks like we spoofed their clearance codes. Pretty good, pretty good. Final text, rebel allies recover 20% protection and gain tenacity up for 2 turns. Tenacity up is also really good against Leviathan. This ship's going to be useful. And if the enemy capital ship was Empire at the start of battle, inflict accuracy down on the target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Accuracy down, quite useful. If the Profundity is the allied capital ship, reduce the cooldown of all rebel allies by 1. That's kind of nifty, truth be told. Reducing the cooldowns of our ability by 1 is kind of nifty. That means we'll be able to get round to more tenacity up. More tenacity up. You'll be able to use this every other turn. Yeah. Because this is a cooldown of 3, so you'll be able to use it. Reduces your cooldowns by 1, so it goes down to 2. You'll be able to use this ability every other turn to gain pretty much constant tenacity up and constant protection recovery. It's also going to help your other rebel ships, because Outrider will have its cooldowns reduced, which you can use its second special to gain another source of tenacity up, as well as a source of healing. This is a nifty ship. Unique, SWO 0608. At the start of battle, if the allied capital ship is Profundity, Rogue One gains 25% max health. And if Rogue One is in the reinforcement slot and the enemy capital ship is Empire, all rebel allies gain breach immunity, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and protection up of 100% for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. I mean, having breach immunity is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Breach immunity against Executor kind of nullifies it pretty much entirely. If the enemy capital ship is Empire, whilst Rogue One is active or within the reinforcements, non-capital ship enemies are immune to cooldown reduction that completely destroys enemy punishing ones. Because what is really annoying about enemy punishing ones is the fact that the punishing one has essentially a 2-turn death mark ability that starts on a cooldown of 9, and its cooldowns get reduced whenever light side ships attack out of turn. This completely removes that ability to reduce that cooldown, so it's going to be on a cooldown of 9 all the time. Wow. I mean, this over here, this Rogue One ship is just it's the poison pill. It's the complete poison pill to the Executor. You could throw this in any fleet lineup. You could throw it in any fleet lineup to counter it. That's kind of wild. Whenever an ally evades an enemy attack, they gain speed up for 2 turns, which is nice because there's synergy there with the whole accuracy down as well. Whilst there are other non-capital ship allies, Rogue One can't be targeted and is immune to taunt effects during enemy turns. While there are other non-capital ship allies, Rogue One cannot be targeted and is immune to taunt effect during enemies' turns. Amazing. Finally, we've got the reinforcement ability. Well, there is now. Enter battle. Inflict healing immunity on all enemies for 2 turns which cannot be evaded nor resisted. If the Profundity is the allied capital ship, reset the cooldown of call reinforcements. And if the enemy capital ship is not Sith, increase download by 20%. Okay. This is kind of cool. Theoretically, you could actually get a full fleet out really quick, right? I mean, if you had Phantom and this, you could just constantly reduce the cooldowns of core reinforcements, but I don't think that's going to be viable because you're going to start with 3 anyway. Still, that's an interesting setup, actually, to have core reinforcements reset. But also, provided you're not going up against Leviathan, you're going to increase download by 20%, which means you are going to beat that Executor to ult no problem. If the enemy capital ship is Empire, increase the cooldowns of non-capital ship enemies by 1. Oh my god, that's so brutal. This is literally perfect. This perfectly manages to counteract and absolutely tear apart the Executor. Yay, I'm happy. Who knows what else this is going to do? This one ship just is like the anti-punishing one, which is great. I'm here for it. I love it. I can't wait to rub Executor's stupid little face in that stupid ship now that we've got this. But I do think that this will actually be very good against the Leviathan as well. This should make the Profundity a top-tier ship, I reckon. We'll wait and see. However, ladies and gentlemen, but wait! As we all know, As we all know, we cannot have a new fleet meta drop into the game without us also buffing the Leviathan, because that's what we need. Let's go take a look at this, guys. Come on. So literally, right after the kit reveal dropped, well, 40 minutes ago, I think they found out that the Rogue One probably just absolutely destroys the Leviathan. With the upcoming release, we have made an adjustment to the Leviathan kit. The Unique now will have this added. Galactic Republic, Jedi, and Rebel enemies can't assist or attack again if they are attacking a target that is a Sith. Oh, okay, so now we can't attack so much. So that's a pretty heavy nerf to Profundity trying to counter the Leviathan. I'm guessing it's because the Rogue One was giving too much benefits versus the Leviathan. But also, you know, Galactic Republic not being able to attack again. Is there much attacking again? There's lots of assists. Attacking again, not so much. Maybe a little bit with the Marauder. We've been keeping a close eye on the Leviathan for some time, monitoring its performance and the overall health of the fleet meta. During development of Rogue One, we had a clear vision for how the updated Profundity fleet should function. However, once Rogue One was implemented, it began performing in the Leviathan matchup beyond what was intended. Since this was already an area of focus, we saw this as the right opportunity to adjust the Leviathan, reinforcing its position in the meta without diminishing the strength and identity of the updated Profundity fleet, except by making sure that the Profundity fleet does not beat the Leviathan, which it can do already. This approach allows us to keep both fleets powerful and relevant, whilst ensuring the Leviathan remains at the top of the fleet ecosystem, where we currently believe it belongs. This tells me a couple of things, Tribe. This tells me a couple of things. One, I think that Leviathan getting countered by the Profundity might still happen. Won't really know until we see the full gamut of issues that go on with this. Number two, we might see the end of that Lando counter. Don't know. We'll test that after this goes live. And three, we are probably not seeing a new capital ship anytime soon if they are trying to reinforce the position of the Leviathan as the top dog for Christmas when it comes to fleet. Smashing. As you know, when new ships and new characters come to this game, I like to do giveaways. So if you are interested in getting yourself some additional free shards of Rogue One, all you need to do is two things. First and foremost, be subscribed. Put to your boy Scribe. I need to check and see that you are subscribed. Number two, drop me a comment down below with your ally code and you will become one lucky potential winner of free pulls of Rogue One. How does that sound? Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Leave it down in the comments of this video and we will declare the winners when the kit is revealed or announced or dropped into the game. I can't remember. What's the date? You will get it known immediately and hopefully you'll be able to have that ship with its extra bonus blueprints come straight into your account on the day of its release on September 23rd. How does that sound? Leave your ally code, be subscribed, give the video a like. Just kidding, I'm trying to help you out here. And I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.